Hey everybody, One Wisdom here. If you can tell from the background what's missing, or perhaps much easier, what's on the portal of power, you probably know what we're going to do, and that is unbox Series 2 Slam Bam. Before we get started, I picked up Series 2 Slam Bam at Target. Retail price is $9.99 for any single pack. I know a lot of you, said, thought you were going to try to do triple packs. Fact of the matter is, with Fright Rider, in terms of the brand new Skylanders, wanted him ahead of time. And then two of my personal favorites that they're actually reproducing, a couple of my others got cut off, but Terrafin and Slam Bam are two Skylanders that I absolutely just really enjoy. They're great at everything from gameplay to battle mode. I have no complaints with them. Plus, in the case of Slam Bam and Terrafin, they both got awesome reposes. That said, they were available. I was actually shocked. I thought maybe Terrafin would come before Slam Bam, for both to be released at the same time. Thought it was pretty sweet. I realized there's a small chance they could wind up in the same triple pack on down the road. That said, I genuinely like these two enough to fully justify what I did in buying them ahead of time. Again, but mine came from Target, $9.99. So far, I've not really had any trouble finding either Slam Bam or Legendary Slam Bam. Have been a few times, particularly at Target, and I think maybe once or twice at Walmart I didn't see them. That said, I didn't check where people stash things, and they could have had, a display or an end cap I missed or something. Bottom line, though, if you want them, I don't think you're going to have too hard of a time picking them up. But again, don't pay more than the $9.99. Pretty much any store should have them locally. If you have to resort to online, I can't think of a time I haven't seen them in stock. Maybe a few times at Toys R Us, but when that was happening, I could find them other places. That said, here's a good look at the box art, which again I think that's pretty epic too. Coming down, you get a pretty good look at Slam Bam. His slogan, of course, is "Armed and Dangerous." He is a Series 2 Skylander, and what you see here is two double green check marks. That means he works in both Giants and Skylander Spyro's Adventure. Of course, in Giants, you're able to switch upgrade paths, and most importantly, you have the Wow Pal. Won't have that in Skylander Spyro's Adventure, but say that you could never find Empire of Ice, or you think, well, I don't want both of them, but this one looks killer. Basically, if you don't have to have Empire of Ice, you can go this route and actually then use Slam Bam in the original game. That said, we will come in. Actually, you know what? I pre-ordered this one at GameStop.com. I actually bought the ones at Target for a friend of mine. But, nonetheless, $9.99. I actually like these so much I pre-ordered them. When I got the Giants and everything, I thought it would be hard to come by. But much easier to get into the packaging this year. Can't complain at all about that. What just fell out and hit the floor was the instructions. We don't really care about that anyway. That said, we'll go ahead. I like to pull the back end off and then get the figure out. Then we will actually come in, pop this loose. What you get aside from the figure is a trading card, and then behind that we get what I call the sticker sheet. Basically has your character sticker, and then below that, where the card's blocking it, we actually have a QR code and a web code for Skylander Spyro's Universe. That said, the stats on Slam Bam's card, his power or strength is 90 of 150, defense or armor 90 of 150, speed or agility 50 of 150, and luck 40 of 150. Again, for those of you wondering how the card compares to Legendary form, I'll have that up on the blog. We will get in now to his story. Again, his slogan is "Armed and Dangerous." For obvious reasons, he's an Ice Yeti, has 4 arms. Just a real likable character, in my opinion. Absolute beast in close quarter stuff. But Slam Bam, interesting story. He lived alone on a floating glacier in a remote region of Skyland. He basically just had the setup of his life there. Just kind of spent all his time ice surfing, eating snow cones, and sculpting ice statues. pretty peaceful, laid back, you know, just kind of doing his own thing. That is until Chaos destroyed the glacier, basically trapped Slam Bam on an iceberg that just drifted for days and days. Apparently it crashed into, you know, Skylanders where Master Eon was. Eon took him in and trained him to become a Skylander. That said, you know, like I keep reiterating, he is one of my favorite characters. Just a lot of unique things about him. While he doesn't have, you know, a direct projectile and he's not the quickest, that is kind of accounted for with his ice prisons kind of serving as a projectile. Then they halt the enemies in the tracks. Similarly, you know, his tertiary attack is a slide. It looks like the Wow Pow kind of impacts that this time. Soul Gem on him, kind of, so a lot of people hated it, but I thought it was kind of cool. It gave him basically, you know, I think it was called Yeti Cooling Factor. Sort of gave him goggles, and I think it sped him up a little bit when he's ice surfing. But this is just a great repose. I mean, his original wasn't horrible. What they did here, they took him down the path with Blizzard Brawler. That's what this is. It's the Blizzard Brawler armor. It looks killer on Slam Bam. Just for comparison's sake, and since we have time, this is the original Slam Bam that you get with Empire of Ice. You can see here by the green base. It's pretty much the same translucent blue. The white, I think, is a lot more pale on the original Slam Bam here. The other cool thing they did with Slam Bam is for Giants, they actually came in, if you recall, the Toys R Us exclusive triple pack. They made a you know, Slam Bam, Igniter, and Jet Vac, which is a ridiculously awesome triple pack. But here again, he's kind of in legendary colors, the dark blue or navy and gold. Again, I actually think this looks a ton better. But like I said, Slam Bam's one of those characters I like well enough to pick everything up. But here's a legendary Slam Bam, contrasted, you know, obviously here with Slam Bam for the Giants Series 2. I'd have to give the aesthetics to this guy. I mean, he's just an awesome repose. Did a really good job with him. This is the exact same thing. It's just kind of painted up. While it's not horrible, I just truly prefer this. That said, kind of want to spend some extra time here. He's obviously got the forearms where he had kind of, you know, like the fingernails visible on this one, those little black dots. That's nothing I did. That was actually, you know, from the pose. You do not see them this time. That looks to be something that they kind of, you know, did away with. That's actually fine to me. I thought they sort of seemed out of place. That said, being water element, you know, he's got that as his base. It's also on the bottom. You see the little water droplet. I do feel like this white has a bit more of a gloss to it. It's not as like dull or flat. With the Blizzard Brawler armor, you get the chest plate. You get the spiked shoulder pads. Those are actually done pretty, you know, detail intensive in my opinion. And then similarly, you get, you know, the back armor, kind of like you see with Igniter. But Slam Bam being Series 2 is going to have, you know, the level 15 cap in Giants and the Wow Pow power in addition to the ability to switch paths. Like I said, though, if you didn't get Empire of Ice or maybe you just can't find it, I know I had a heck of a time finding it, particularly the second one from my nephew. That said, you know, what you can do is actually pick him up in single pack form. He probably will come out in a triple pack. I don't know when or who will be with it. But, you know, I feel like he's one of those characters. The repose is awesome and the price is great. You know, $9.99, I can fully justify that for Slam Bam. But, you know, you can get this and use it in Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. But nonetheless, what you get is Slam Bam Series 2. You get the sticker sheet with the web code. You get the stat card. Obviously, Series 2 Repo Slam Bam. $9.99 is retail for the singles. I actually got this one from GameStop.com. The other one I picked up was from Target. Really haven't had any trouble locating him. And as of right now, this is definitely right up there at the top in terms of the aesthetic look on the reposes for Giants. But questions or comments, feel free to ask here on YouTube for a much quicker response. I suggest you check out the blog on oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. As always, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back here next time.